So last week we completed our process on cleansing those colored patches, isn't it? This week and the coming week we are going to go for a technique in chanting the mantra. Chanting the mantra Om Ganeshaya Namah or Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. And before going for this, we need to understand why we need to chant this. And the symbolic of Lord Ganesha having a human body and an elephant head. Very creative, isn't it? Very creative. When you see the picture or the idol of Ganapati, of the Lord Ganesha, Om stands for the primordial sound of the universe. We all know this. Ganesha stands for Aradhana, worship, reflection. And Ganesha, he is the master of thoughts. He is the commander of the army of thoughts, the master of the mind who resides in the Muladhara chakra, which is at the lower spine, the sex center we call it as, between your genitals. Now what is the secret about this mantra? The secret I will tell you in the end. The secret of this mantra and how you chant this mantra. Before that, we need to understand and explore in such a way that we create an impact or vibration of this mantra to transform ourselves into peace and prosperity. Mananat Trayati iti mantra. What does this mean? Mananat Trayati iti mantra. Mananat, chanting it in the mind. Mana. The repetition which will protect us from miseries. And only chanting is not enough. You need to chant it with that entire head, that heart, your being, involving yourself completely, that means. Now when you see Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, Ganapati, the commander of the army, the thoughts, sitting on a throne and that crown on his head, what that significance is, or what is that symbolism, is that he is mastered it. He is the king of that army, the army of thoughts. We are going to practice this not religiously but symbolically, understanding the symbolism of this Lord with two big ears. And what does that signify, or what does that symbolize is, listen more and talk less. And not only listen to the words and understand the meaning of the word, no. That is going to create conflict. Knowing the meaning, understanding it, creating a feeling and experiencing it. what that significance, the 2 years, the art of listening. Listen to me very carefully, okay? If you only listen to the meaning of it, you are going to limit yourself. That's poor listening. For example, I am a speaker here. I am this guru who is speaking to you now. But if I don't create that space, if I don't create that understanding, you will not understand me what I am saying. Same goes to you. If you are not listening to me, not creating that space, not being alert, not being in awareness that you need to listen here, you will not understand what I am saying. It is called communion between the Guru and his Shishya, the Guru and his sadhakas. I will tell you one example or one story, that antidote, that a person wants to go from Mumbai to Bangalore. See, he wants to know the time of the flight. He calls these airways, these airlines, asking them, when is the next flight to Bangalore? So that woman, that lady who's there in the opposite call, she tells him, yes sir, please hold for a minute. I will give you the information. When this woman, this lady says, hold for a minute, this man drops his phone down. He disconnects his phone. There is very poor listening. He is in such a hurry to even listen. That 1 minute, she's telling him, he's not even listening it properly. Poor listening. In that hurry, he disconnects the phone. And what is happening when you listen, and when you know only the meaning of that listening, you create that conflict. Because you know the meaning of that word. Isn't it so? You know the meaning of the word. You know that, yes, this meaning is insulting me, this meaning is hurting me. And you get into that mode, that state of anger, or that state of violence, or that state of fear, whatever that emotions. And you are going to be in the perception, or going to speak in that mode only, in that state of anger, fear, where there is no openness. Smile, please. Chandana, smile. I hope you're listening. You understand this now? Now I told Chandana to smile. Now if she takes it in another way, oh, sir is only pointing me every time. He's only calling my name and correcting my only mistakes. See what happens now. What she's going to create in that space? That hatred, no? But if I take it in that way, if Chandana takes it in this way, in this manner, that saying that, oh, Guruji is telling me to listen, it's for my own good. Oh, I should be alert. I should be in awareness. See how it changes. The whole idea, the whole perception changes. She's accepted it, that yes, I was not listening and I was not attentive in class. So Guruji told me, be attentive. So what is wrong in it? So when you don't have this acceptance, you are going to create conflict. Why? Because you are not a good listener. You are a poor listening. When I tell you this is straight, you feel very bad. Keep your video on. क्या जरूरत है? Isn't it? Acceptance नहीं होता है. ये मैं छोटी छोटी बात बोल रहा हूँ आपको. There are bigger things in life, in your office, in your relationship, wherever you are. Now let us go to That rope which is there in Ganesha's hand with that flower, that lotus, that fragrance of the lotus, though being in that muddy water, still it is not touching that muddy water, it is not affected by that muddy water, and that rope is pulling you towards that mystical energy of love and compassion, where Ganesha wants you to be there, creating that divinity in yourself, loving yourself. That rope symbolizes that you need to love yourself. That trunk, let me speak about trunk later on. I think that the tusk which is broken, what does that signify? It is broken and it is made of ivory, so valuable, no? Most of the time we are only into that likes and dislikes, very biased about few things. We only want to be judgmental in life. We operate through this likes and dislikes all the time. That axe which talks about cutting away your attachment. Most of us are like this. Without this happening, I refuse to be happy. अगर ये नहीं होगा तो मुझे खुशी नहीं आएगी. I am not successful. I am attached to my position that I am a director, I am a CEO, I am the boss of this company. See that attachment there. Attached to money. Money is very useful, no doubt about it. Are you creating love towards that? Are you creating that compassion towards that? And using it in the proper way? Whatever it is, your position, your success, your money, whatever it is. Or you like that rat, always running around here and there, always running around. You cannot control yourself, with full of desires. Very sensitive, refusing to be to be happy. Only that I cannot, I cannot. Only in that, state of mind that I cannot do this. It is not my cup of tea. और ये मेरा काम नहीं है, मैं ये नहीं कर पाऊंगी. All judgmental, all these things which are coming as obstacles in the path of our goals. So Ganesha, removing these obstacles through worship with the blessings of Ganesha. If you are lacking the blessings of Ganesha, you are going to lack yourself in creativity. You are only going to be in that limitation of I cannot. You want to do something, you will not take any actions for them. But if you have the blessings of Ganesha, you are going to be very creative. Your beliefs will be very creative. That I can, yes. Your belief will be I can. Your actions will be very creative and creating good results. Those delicious food which is kept before Ganesha, what does that signify? That worldly objects, are you in control of them? His leg folded, aligning that prana shakti, what we are doing, we did last so many weeks, aligning that prana in the body, that modaka in his hand, that creating sweetness in life. That trunk, Ganesha's trunk, no? So gracefully he picks up small things like needles also. And he also pulls down those huge trees, massive trees, so gracefully, without hurting himself. He's flexible. That mobility of doing small and big things gracefully. See, even when you remove your chappals, no, your slippers, you just throw them away. You are not leaving them gracefully, no, outside your homes. Or having a bath, where is the grace? You are just in that hurry-burry, isn't it? I've given you those rituals for bath. I do not know how many of you are following it. So understand this, creating this energy, this mystical internal energy, and organizing life with fragrance. That mandala, it is called as mandala. That circle, that mystic circle of energy. Like that rope. Creating that devotion. That abaya, his hands like this. What does that signify? Be fearless. Be fearless. Om Ganeshaya Nama. I told you the meaning of Om Ganesha. Nama. Nama is surrendering. When you put mana, mind, confused, put it the other way around. Nama, surrendering yourself completely. Listening, shravanam, mananam, repetitions, nididhyasam, contemplation, meditating, and creating and expanding that state of consciousness. Like that uncoiled snake, which is lying there down in the Muladhara. That significance is there where he ties up that snake on his belly, his big stomach. And what does that mean, his big stomach? Create appetite of life, add life to life, add Chaitanya to Chaitanya, create that devotion. That snake is not about to do something with Kundalini. What you see in social media, people are saying Kundalini awakening karenge, chakra ka kya awakening karenge, whatever they are talking about. It has nothing to do with snake, and they behave like snakes there in the pictures, in the videos. Your Kundalini is already awake, but you are not aware of it. So don't get fooled by all this nonsense, what is happening all around in the name of Kundalini Jagrut, awakening of the Kundalini, by all those practices. Chanting Ganesha, the Lord of Obstacles, removing them, those obstacles which brings obstacle in achieving our goal. I will tell you, show you the secret of chanting it. Once I will chant it, you need to chant later on. And evoking that symbol of Ganesha. Creating that inner richness. You may be physically rich from outside, but internally we are very poor. And that is why we have this misery, that is why we suffer. So chanting it with that repetition, Mananat Trayate iti mantra, and that mantra which will protect us from miseries. Creating that state of consciousness, strengthening that prana, that energy, magnifying, sustaining, aligning, and bringing harmony, internalizing that sound of that mantra. That mystical combination of knowledge, symbolism, tradition, vibration, and bringing a difference in your being. That openness, opening up all those blockages, opening up all those obstacles, creating that Akasha Tattva. Now, I hope you all are ready with your notepads and your pen. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay? Later on, I'll make you understand why we are writing it now. I want you to take your notepad and pen now. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay? In that 10 minutes, I want you to write or scale yourself from 1 to 10 and write down what am I attached to? Is my love like that tusk with likes and dislikes? Am I very sensitive? Am I fearless, or I'm having fear? You need to scale this. Put those questions down, scale it. Put those questions down. That means I'm talking about your weaknesses. And when we're going to chant this, we are going to chant it with that worship. You can worship each part of Ganesha. When you're chanting this mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, how to chant it, I will explain to you. And before going to write this scale, let me show you a picture so that you have a better understanding now again. Just a minute, okay? Let me share this picture to you. Where is Ganesha? Here he is. Again, introspect yourself, looking at this picture. Be alert with that smile on your face. See that rope, see that lotus, that axe, that tusk. The way he's sitting there, that rat, the delicious food, that modaka in his hand. His beautiful eyes, very clear and pure. So before going to write, do you have any questions? Or you're confused what you need to write? Let us discuss now. And then 10 minutes I'll give you to write down. Okay, is it clear?
Guru